This episode of Tech Help is brought to you by Gamefly. Sign up now at gamefly.techhelp.com.
You know, it's true. When something exceeds your ability to understand how it works, it sort of becomes...
Hello, welcome to the Tech Help Podcast. I'm Brian Davenport.
I'm Nick Mahar.
And I'm Ricardo Trejo.
You guys are slow. Anyways, today we have two main people on the podcast, Nick and Ricardo. And one of them loves Apple's iPad, and one of them doesn't like Apple's iPad so much. And I'm sort of neutral. I like it. I see flaws in it or whatever. But today's going to be mostly a debate of why the Apple tablet is great and why it sucks. So have at it. Ricardo, start off. Tell us why the Apple tablet is great.
Okay, the iPad is great because it's accessible to everyone. Anyone can use it. You just start it up. You want to check the weather? Boom, touch the weather. There you go. You want to read the news? Go to the USA Today app and boom, read the news. A lot of people don't have time to turn on the computer, access a browser, or type in the URL and just start, going. So I think this isn't what people thought it was going to be, as in this was going to be something bigger than the iPhone, something to replace your iPhone or something like that. I mean, if you have a MacBook, they said this is in between an iPhone and a MacBook. In other words, if you have a MacBook, you don't need an iPad. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm getting at, and a lot of people are getting disappointed because they were expecting a lot of features that they were just assuming. I mean, we have to remember that before the event, Apple didn't even recognize this thing even existed. So people were just assuming that millions of features were going to be on this thing, even though, like I said, Apple was denying that any of this thing, even existed. So,
why does this suck, Nick?
Well, I'm just going to have to go out there and agree with what Ricardo's saying. But at first, I was really pissed off just because, when you think of a tablet computer, I'm thinking like basically what I have on my laptop, except I can touch everything. And I really thought that they would be coming out with something that, would be, I don't know, revolutionary or whatever, or groundbreaking. I don't think this really is. I think it's just a giant iPod Touch. And it looks like a giant picture frame that I would hang on my wall. I was seeing some people on Twitter say that they were going to buy an extra one just to put it on their wall and play pictures with, as a joke. Like I said in my blog, I think it's ridiculous that they would put the name as the iPad.
Oh, God.
They couldn't just say the iSlate would even be better. I don't think that's a great name.
You did a post about the trending topic on Twitter.
Yeah, or even I heard one yesterday. It was the iBook, which I thought that would be probably a great thing because it's designed to be able to read books on it and stuff like that, like the Kindle. Yeah. But I think I was listening to some podcasts and I was reading some articles, and some people were saying it's not geared towards the people that would normally buy Apple products or that would be super excited. Like everybody at the event, it's not geared to any of those people really. It's geared to the people that are iffy about buying Apple products because they're usually more expensive, or the people that have a Kindle but they want something better than the Kindle that has color and everything. So I don't know.
Like my take on it is like I was talking to Ricardo earlier today, and I was saying that I don't feel that there is a product that can compare with the Apple tablet. I'm not saying that the Apple tablet's so good, nothing can compare. I'm just saying that there's not really a physical device out there that is in the same category as the Apple tablet. It's got, first of all, it doesn't fold. It's not a folding thing. It's like a slate. It's like super thin. It's a slate. It's got a huge screen, but it's multi-touch. Okay, so it's multi-touch. It's got its own brand of processor, the A4, right? Apple's own brand of processor. Then it's got 3G in it, and it comes. You can get it with a separate 3G plan, and it also reads books, and it does whatever and whatnot, and it has apps. There's not really another device on the market, or even thought about being invented right now, that really matches these qualities that the iPad has, and I don't see why people are comparing it to netbooks and smaller laptops and different tablets, because I don't really see the relation between the two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's just more because people were disappointed because of speculation and stuff, and that was part of my thing, but also I wasn't getting up in the hype. Like somebody said that the back was going to be solar panels so you could charge it when you're sitting outside, or just crazy things. It was like,
I know.
Do you honestly think that that's going to be in the first?
Did you hear about the one with the projector?
Yeah, the projector. It's going to have a built-in projector. And I was just
stupid.
I even if it did, I mean, that's cool and all, but I don't really care if it did. I think that I'm still debating over if I want it or not. I want to go test it out because I've heard that once you play with it, you like it more, but it's not like something amazing. I would probably buy it simply because I could buy my college books and have them on there. And apparently, because I saw an interview with Steve Jobs, that you can do the same stuff that you do in Microsoft Word on their Pages program. If I can do that, I think it's a huge market for people that are in college and want something basic and does everything they can do, because you can type out all your stuff in class and read all your books on your computer, stuff like that. I think it would have been better if they put a camera, like a front camera on it, because if you could run Skype or iChat or something like that while you're walking around your house and talking to your friends, I think that would sell hugely, because I would definitely buy it if it had that at least on it.
Yeah. No, Ricardo, you had a point earlier about the whole camera thing. Tell us about that.
Okay, this is what I was thinking. It just sounded to me as if, to Nick, as if what he's saying, it's like he just wanted them to announce something that he would have to buy. You know what I'm saying? It's like he wanted something that he didn't really absolutely need, but he wanted them to announce something that he wanted to buy. And since they didn't, he's a little bit disappointed, since usually whatever Apple makes, it's made, for someone to want to go buy it, regardless if you have something else like a notebook or whatever. And the thing is, I know, Nick, you have an iPhone, and it's like, why would you need an iPad? And I know you have, you have a MacBook, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, that's what it's saying. And what they said right in the beginning of the conference is that this is for that middle section. You already have both, so why do you need an iPad? And here's my thing, how you were saying earlier about it being revolutionary. To me, I believe it is revolutionary. I wrote an article the day before the conference happened where I said that Steve Jobs had mentioned that he believed this was going to be something that would pretty much define his career, so to speak. And what I was thinking was in terms of how Bill Gates said that he was going to put a PC in every home. This could challenge that idea and make the PC irrelevant. A lot of the Gizmodo did an article on the baby boomer generation saying the iPad is for old people. And as to my point earlier, where it's accessible, that's what it is. It's not supposed to be meant as something to replace your computer, but as a means for some people to not even have to even get a computer in the first place. Mm-hmm.
This could be the first device that someone experiences the internet on.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Right. Especially, I have my dad. He's an older guy. He's part of that baby boomer generation, and he doesn't want to touch a computer. But being able to see this product, he was able to whoa, I can actually do that. I can do that.
You can literally touch it.
Yeah, exactly. And like you were mentioning, they also tapped a market with college kids. MacBooks, Apple, that's usually for college kids anyway. Most of their, consumers are that age. But with the iPad, you can buy your college books on there. You don't have to lug them around. Imagine that, Even that could be the beginning of something else with, high school kids, middle school, for further down the line. And Apple is introducing this stuff. And Brandon was mentioning earlier about how the iPhone, there's really nothing else there to compare it to. There's nothing in that same realm. Yeah. And what I'm thinking is that because of that, we've seen what they did with the iPhone. The first iPhone sucked compared to the 3GS that's out now. Obviously, it's Apple. We know they could have done all these things that everyone said. It could have had USB ports. It could have had a camera. It could have had everything, multitasking, everything you want. But why would they do that when they have a proven market strategy of releasing products that don't have everything what you need, and they're going to release a second generation one next year or a year and a half from now, and people are going to eat that up.
Yeah, it makes sense. Keep making, any change in opinions on the Apple tablet are pretty solid in your current opinion.
I'm going to wait until, for my final decision, wait until I get to touch it and play with it. I'm just hoping for Flash or Silverlight or something on it.
Yeah. And Ricardo still loves it, like a little baby.
I still love it. Yep.
Anyway, so where can they find you, Nick?
NickMahar.com and Twitter /NickMahar.
And where can they find you, Ricardo?
RicardoTrejo.com or Twitter /RicardoTrejo.
Awesome. You know where to find me. We got to close the podcast. See you guys later.
And that's exactly what the iPad is.